Welcome back to Live at Noon. Some Toronto City councillors are expressing concern over a report that the Ford government is poised to grant the city's mayor more powers.
So we're joined now live by municipal lawyer John Mascarin, who's a partner at Aird Berlis LLP. John, glad you're here. I'm pretty sure we had this conversation about 4 years ago. But let's do this again. And while we do that, let's give people a refresher on what it would mean to have a so-called strong mayor system.
Yeah, Nick, we did speak about it 4 years ago extensively, as I recall. So Toronto and the rest of Ontario have a weak mayor system. That means that the mayor of the municipality is elected, but is only one vote on the council, and the mayor has to act in with compromise, with concessions with the rest of council, because the mayor doesn't have unilateral authority. Unilateral authority, the strong mayor system, was considered for the City of Toronto Act, and it was rejected. This happened back when Mayor Miller was the mayor, and the province and the Toronto task force that was put together rejected the strong mayor system. So right now, there is the weak mayor system. Again, only one vote on council. A mayor has to act in concert with the other members.
Yeah, it's interesting, John, because even Mayor John Tory has said, you think that I have a lot of authority, I actually don't. This is interesting because Dalton McGuinty, who was premier at the time when David Miller was mayor, was in favor, and he's, was from the Liberal government. And so why has it taken kind of so long, given that Premier Doug Ford has been so vocal about his favoritism of this strong mayor system, having worked in Chicago? Why do you think it's taken so long to get it done?
Well, it's pretty interesting. I think it's taken so long because it's revolutionary here in Ontario. We haven't had the strong mayor system ever. In fact, all of Canada has not had that type of system, and it was criticized, quite honestly, in the Collingwood Judicial Inquiry report by Justice Morocco just about a year and a half ago, indicating that the government is made it very clear that the mayor is the head of council and is the CEO, but it's not a CEO in the normal business sense of the term. There's no unilateral ultimate power. I think it's historical, Jen, to answer your question. It just hasn't been the case in Canada or Ontario, so that's maybe why it's taken so long.
John, what about the checks and balances on this? Because some people are speaking about the mayor who preceded John Tory, Rob Ford. We know about the issues that he faced and dealt with while he was mayor. And some people are suggesting, well, what if, for example, Rob Ford was a quote-unquote strong mayor, that people say, well, that would have led to some bad decisions. Are there checks and balances in a strong mayor system?
There certainly could be, Nick. What you would see is the province saying, look, we're going to enhance the powers of the mayor, but you're not going to have unilateral control over everything. That, I think, would be completely unwise and would take away the benefit, or really it would be anti-democratic, because you'd have these council members who would be there doing what? Nothing. You'd be essentially getting an autocrat in power. So I think there would be checks and balances. In some strong mayor systems, there's stronger and weaker systems. The mayor can maybe control the agenda, can control the budget, but doesn't have unilateral rights over everything. May be able to veto certain things, but not everything.
Right, and that's what I want, where I want to pick up on, John, because Chris Poulos from the Office of the Municipal Affairs Minister, Steve Clark, has put out a statement in that report saying, too many families are frozen out of the housing market. We have a plan to build 1.5 million homes in 10 years. So even when we spoke to Mayor John Tory this morning, he really zoned in on the housing issue being a problem. So could this strong mayor system potentially be kind of tailored to fit certain aspects of the city's issues, such as housing, and not for anything else? Would that be more receptive to city councillors, perhaps?
It may be, Jennifer. And in fact, I think one of the arguments for the strong mayor system potentially is it'll get rid of that administrative delay where you have to go through council. Sometimes it takes years to get a decision. That was always the complaint. In fact, 4 years ago, that was the complaint with the large, unwieldy nature of the 45-member city council in Toronto. And to maybe make things quicker, the mayor can have have some unilateral controls. Where does the veto power work into that? You go through the whole system and then the mayor can veto it. That doesn't make it any administratively simpler to get through, though. So you have to think these things through. But I think what you've hit on the nail on the head is one of the things that may work here is it may help to get rid of some of this backlog and administrative delay in getting things approved in Ottawa or in Toronto.
All right, John Mascarin, partner at Aird Berlis LLP. Really appreciate your time and insights this afternoon. Thank you.